Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Peace Seekers. We are going to continue off with the Book of Enoch, and this is part 5. Sorry about the little confusion. I did change the thumbnail after the fact, but it may be confusing for some. But this is definitely part 5. So, if you have not ever been to a Peace Seekers episode, basically, quickly to explain it, we read some scripture. We have a brief, give you my brief thoughts about it at the end, and that's the stream. So, interestingly enough, part 4 has over 500 views. So I'm not exactly sure. Like all the other ones have like 50 to 100, but last one's has over 500 views. Which thank you all for the support. Very surprising to see one just jump so hard. So apparently people are liking it, so I'll keep chugging along. And yeah, so let's pull it up and we'll just get into the reading. And pull this up for everyone. There we go. And for those interested, we are doing this reading off of sacredtext.com. It's a great resource for Apocrypha. Now, of course, there's lots of grabbled stuff in here, so use your discernment when reading it. But here in the Apocrypha, we are going to be checking out. I'm not going to go through all of that, but we're going to go to the Apocrypha. If you scroll down here, you can find the Book of Enoch, and we've been reading through this series with the Peace Seekers, and we are on chapter 26. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna grab this real quick, and I'm going to post it in all the various chats. So if you are interested in reading along with us, you can do so. So let me just get that set up real quick. There it is over on on Lighthouse, and here it is for Take on the World. And I'm gonna have to do a little oh, wrong one. I have to do a little editing or to make this work because I don't know why it does this, but it shuts down when I open up the two streams. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to post it on Take on the World, and on Circle of the Earth, and then we will get into it. Okay, grab that, copy link, and then last but not least, we'll post it over here. Boom. Sweet. So you have that if you're interested in watching, reading along with us. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Grab one more thing. Perfect. Awesome. All right, let's do that. Let's do it. Book of Enoch, chapter 26. And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place, in which there were trees, with branches abiding and blooming of a dismembered tree. And there I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain. And to the west thereof there was another mountain, lower than the former, and of smaller elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the 3 mountains. And all the ravines were deep and narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine. I marveled very much. Oh, 1 second, everybody. Doing it a little bit earlier today. I'm taking my son to a baseball game, and Mom So it's a little different than I normally do, but so I apologize for that. But yeah, let's keep chugging. That was chapter 26. Let's go to 27. The purpose of the accursed valley. Chapter 27. Then I said, for what object is this land blessed, which is entirely filled with trees, and this cursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, this accursed valley is for those who are accused forever. Here shall all the accused be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. And then just to let you know, these are two different translations. We'll read one, and then we'll read the other, and then we'll continue. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall all the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. We got Gigi. Here shall all they be gathered together, and here shall be the place of their habitation. In the last times, in the days of the true judgment, in the presence of the righteous forever, here shall the godly bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy and the accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and set forth his glory and lauded him gloriously. Further journey to the east. This we'll be reading. Chapter 28. And thence I went towards the east into the midst of the mountain range of the desert. And I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants. And water gushed forth from above, rushing like a copious watercourse, which flowed towards the northwest. It caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. And hence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range. And there I saw aromatic trees oh my gosh, that's so hard. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling, oh my gosh, why is it so hard? And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And the trees were similar to the almond tree. And beyond these I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water. And therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees, such as the mastic. And on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. And beyond there was and beyond these I proceeded to the east. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Sahara and Galbium. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain, to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees. And all the trees were full of and all the trees were full of sacti, being like almond trees. And when one burnt, it smelt sweeter than any fragrant odor. And after the fragrant odors, I looked towards the north over the mountains. I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Etherian sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zotel. And I came to the garden of righteousness, and saw beyond those trees many large trees growing there, and of goodly fragrance, large, very beautiful and glorious. And the tree of wisdom thereof they ate, and know great wisdom. That tree is the height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob, and like those of the carob tree. and its fruit is like the cluster of the vine, very beautiful, and the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. Then I said, how beautiful is the tree, and how attractive it is its looks. Okay, wow. And how attractive is its look. Then Raphael, the holy angel who was with me, answered me and said, this is the tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years and thy aged mother who were before thee have eaten. And they have learnt wisdom, and their eyes were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. Oh, sorry, I'm going to go back. I'm going to read the other side. I know I'm kind of reading it twice, but I feel like that's kind of fair. So, to the northeast, I beheld 7 mountains full of choice nard and mastic and cinnamon and pepper. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains far towards the east of the earth, and passed over the Etherian sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zotel. And I came to the garden of righteousness, and from afar off trees more numerous than these trees, and great 2 trees there, very beautiful and glorious and magnificent, and the tree of knowledge, whose holy fruit they ate, and know great wisdom. And I won't read that part. So that was just a different translation. Chapter 28? Am I reading this wrong? 33. Wow. Okay. 33. And from thence I went to the ends of the earth, and saw these great beasts, and each differed from the other, and I saw birds also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, the one differing from the other. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heavens rest, and the portals of heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceeded, and wrote down all their outlets, of each individual star by itself, according to their number and their name, their courses and their positions, and their times and their months. As Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me, he showed all things to me, and wrote them down for me. Also their names were wrote for me, and he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. And from hence I went towards the north to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious device at the ends of the whole world. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceeds north winds. When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blew for good, but when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction on the earth, and they blow with violence. And from thence I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and I saw there 3 portals of heaven open, such as I had seen in the east. The same number of portals and the same number of outlets. And from thence I went to the south to the ends of the earth, and I saw there 3 open portals of the heaven. And thence there came dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory. And I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his works to the angels, and to the spirits, and to men. And they might praise his work in all his creation, that they might see the work of his might, and praise the great work of his hands, and bless him forever. All right, that's where we're going to call it. We'll jump back with the parables on part 6. But yeah, let's give a little talking about this real quick. I want to show you something that I pointed out last episode, but I still think is super interesting. So we got Uriel, the holy angel who was with me and showed me. He showed me all these things to me and wrote them down for me. Also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. So we're going to jump back. Let me go back to the index. And I want to say it was something like here. And give me a second to follow this. But we were talking about how the angels, these four angels, it gives them their names and what they do. And I think it's maybe before this, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. And Uriel, one of the holy angels who's over the world and over Tartarus. And so interesting that he's showing Uriel he's showing him the world, like not just what we live, what's covering us, the firmament and everything underneath it, but everything to the ends of the earth. And not only is he seeing, trees and forests and mountains and rivers, he's seeing all sorts of different things, and obviously things that are way more beautiful, way more fragrant than we have here now. And you can see that Enoch is constantly blown away by the things that he's being shown. So I'm going to jump back. Bear with me. So this part right here, and from hence I went to the ends of the earth and saw the great beasts, and each was differed from the others. And I saw birds also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, the one differing from another. So something to me that has always been interesting about this is, okay, earth, globe, like, okay, let's move away from that. But even when it comes to the true earth and people talking about it, guys, there's much more outside of this realm than just our earth. Now, what it is and how it is, like, we can kind of pick pieces, or we can kind of get a small idea by reading the Book of Enoch of kind of what we're seeing. But excuse me. But of course, Enoch is being taken by the holy angels and shown all these things. And what a marvel that would have been, like, obviously God does this for someone like the righteous scribe that Enoch is. And we even know the Watchers, right? The fallen angels call him the righteous scribe of God. And so super interesting. A lot of traveling there, we got one part I really enjoyed was seeing, let me go back, which is just so interesting right here, is this. He gets to see the knowledge of good and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And I want to go back. Oh, dang it. Wrong button. I'm going to go back one more. Oh, dang it. I messed that up. Okay, let me go forward. This is. So I need to go back to 31. Okay, give me 1 second. Go to 31. XXX1. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Because it goes to. Is this it? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Is it 3? No. Sorry, everyone. I think I missed it. Okay, let me go back. Apologize. Go back to the index. Let's go to 30. See if that was it. Oh. Are you going? Are you stopping? Whoa. What just happened? Okay, let's go back. Okay, there we go. Let's go back up to like 28 or something like that. Okay, there's something specifically I want to talk about before we leave. And maybe I totally was on it and I skipped over it. Cinnamon pepper. And okay, yeah. Sorry, I literally was on it and then skipped over it. Okay, so real quickly, what I wanted to talk about, and I came to the garden of righteousness, and I saw beyond those trees many trees growing there, and of goodly fragrance, large, very beautiful and glorious. Talking about giant trees, right? Makes me think that they weren't crafted. Makes me think that they were something that the Father planted. Now, why they were destroyed, who knows? But just wanted to point that out. But mainly that the garden of righteousness is where this is the tree of wisdom. So the garden of righteousness is where the tree of wisdom is. I wonder why, like so many people that I've talked to Christian-wise, like, oh, the tree of wisdom, it's still here, it's destroyed, or whatever it is. No, it was taken. It was taken out of earth, and it was put in the third heaven, the garden of righteousness, and that has the tree of wisdom. So I think that's really interesting. Also, the angels, where's the cherubim guarding it? But anyways, that was really fun. Loved this adventure that Enoch has. Him going to see all these places and see things he's never seen, and especially, let me go back, or let me find that part, because it's so beautiful. And you just gotta give that the last little push, because it's so true. Here we go. So I'm going to read this last part, because this is what, like, all the beautiful creation that we see, all the beautiful things we got to see. This is the type of mind, this is the type of heart we have to have. Through each of these small portals, okay, and as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory. And I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels, to the spirits, and to men, that they might praise his work in all his creation, that they might see the work of his might, and praise the great work of his hands, and bless him forever. And I just get so amped up about that, because when we get our new bodies and we're able, I believe, to freely explore God's creation, like how many times we're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing, that's so beautiful. Like, we have those scenes in our lives where we're hiking and we see that beautiful view or that beautiful sunset, or whatever it is, and we get that hype in our hearts of like how amazing it is that we're seeing. And to know that, we can search the whole world, right? That would take us a long time, and be amazed of all these things. There are greater and glorious things that are waiting for us. And to me, that is so beautiful and so exciting. But yeah, that will conclude part 5. We will be getting into part 6 next week, and we will be reading off the parables. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And I am still, it'll come out a little bit later, because again, I'm taking my son to a baseball game. But I will be putting out the rest of the weeks coming up, the schedule, and so y'all will know what we got ahead of us. So yeah, without further ado, everybody, I hope everybody has a wonderful start to their week, and that they have a blessed week coming up. And yeah, we'll see you back next time. And until next time, guys, remember that ABBA loved you first. Good night. Have a good day, everybody.
It's your glory. Conceal the mystery. You give us the honor to search fill